my beautiful, beautiful people. Today's word, step into your greatness. We spend so much time, we get reviews, evaluations, critiques, all sorts of negative feedback from people, from ourselves. When really and truly, we need to spend more time focusing on everything that we're great at and figuring out how to leverage those things. I bet that you are great at least minimum 3 things. Absolutely minimum 3 things. I want to push it and say 5, but I feel like depending on the space that you're in, saying 5 might be a lot for you right now. But I'm going to say that you're great at 3 things. And you probably, I'm not going to make it a definitive statement. I'm going to say probably do not leverage them enough. You don't spend enough time focusing on those 3 amazing things that you do and figuring out how you can integrate that into everything that you do. Every single thing that you do. And then not only integrate it into everything you do, but then thinking about how you can use those things you're amazing at to help you grow in other areas that you might find that you're weaker. So for instance, I know I'm great. This is me. I am great at being vulnerable. I finally figured it out. I knew this is the thing that works for me. I am great at not just telling you all my business, but telling you how I felt in moments, telling you about my experiences, telling you about my thoughts, my process, my weaknesses, my moments of vulnerability. This is what I'm great at. I'm great at creating safe spaces for people and creating safe spaces for people and pushing them to be uncomfortable in those spaces, to really create that cognitive dissonance where you're like, oh my God, you're right. I'm kind of tripping. And then I'm great at bringing humor and laughter into regular situations. Now, if you know me on a close level, you may or may not think I'm funny. That's cool. But I know that when it counts in these spaces where we need to lighten the mood, or I can tell somebody needs a laugh, I'm great at doing it. That's me. And it's not about being arrogant. It's not about feeling like I'm tooting my own horn or I'm being self-absorbed, but I've realized that those are the things that I'm great at. And now I'm in this new job as a math coach, and I'm really trying to figure out how to do it, right? I'm really trying to mend relationships with people in my family. I'm really trying to build better relationships with people that, with colleagues and friends. And I need to use those things that I'm great at to push me in the direction that I want to go in areas that I'm weaker at. What are the things that you're great at that you don't spend enough time on, that you don't spend enough time putting energy into those things and saying, this is what matters for me right now? And again, that does not mean that in other areas that you feel like, you're not as strong in, that you don't ever come back to those, that you don't ever put any effort or any time into those things. Absolutely not. What it means is that now I know what I can use, the tools that I already have to help push me in the direction that I need to go in, that I want to go in. And part of that is recognizing that your strengths don't have to look like everybody else's. They shouldn't look like everybody else's, right? When people take, I think it's like personality tests or the Myers-Briggs test. I've never taken it, but I was listening to some people talk about it. They're like, yeah, I'm a ENSVJ something. And everybody has a different combination of I guess, letters, or, it's different things that represent your personality or your style, something of the sort. And that's the uniqueness. That's what makes you who you are and allows you to contribute to different, groups of people, different communities, different spaces, and you become an asset in that way. We gotta start thinking about what those amazing things are. What are you great at? Like, you are great at things. And it doesn't always have to be related directly to your job. Things I named, I'm probably not going to put on an application, right? I'm not going to go and be like, hey, like, I'm really great at being vulnerable. I think I'm going to get the job, right? Like, I'm not going to get a math coach job because I'm great at being vulnerable. Maybe it definitely lends itself to other things, but that's not something that I'm going to put down. But it allows me to be better in other areas of my life. It allows me to grow in ways that I couldn't otherwise if I didn't hone in or focus on those things that I'm amazing at. What are you great at? Step into that greatness. Spend more time on those things that you're great at. Bring other people in to that greatness. How do you take that thing and spread it throughout the world? How do you take that thing and impact others in a positive way? You got to take those things and leverage them because you are great at many, many things. I dare you to name 3, and I dare you to start pushing into them.